Where are we?
We are currently in London, Texas.
We're in London, Texas. No, we are at the 100 Shoreditch. Today's episode is just going to feel a little bit more intimate because we just have our phones going and our little pocket camera.
We've also been out till like 4 a.m. for a week.
Yeah, heavy raging.
Heavy killing the game.
We are on day 6 together.
6. We go back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's 24/7 SPILF.
As you can imagine, it's all the fun.
We are having the time of our lives. I actually think we travel really well together.
I would agree. And I also love that now we have all these new friends and new places, especially places like I wasn't as familiar with.
Yeah.
Like I'm not familiar with London till now. I'm more of a Paris guy.
Yeah.
I feel like you're more London.
I'm more of a London person. Home is not a place, it's who you're with. Hi, I'm Joey.
Hi, I am Miles.
This is SPILF. We're going to add a trigger warning. We do talk about suicidal ideation at some point in this episode. So if you would like to skip over that part, I will leave the minute marker in the description. And also as a helpful tip, if you are struggling, please reach out to somebody. We will leave the suicide help hotline right here. How did you find Florence?
Florence, Italy. I had never been before. I like an old European city.
Yeah, it was so beautiful, historical.
Yeah, and it feels very Europe still, like what Europe feels like in my mind. It's not super modern yet. It's not this big sprawling thing. It's just this tiny little town in Italy, but it has so much history.
Oh yeah, and I'm the kind of person where I travel, plan everything. Like I had 113 places saved in a Google map, but then once I get there and I've already found all the hidden spots, I just vibe.
And I'm the type of person that plans nothing. I didn't even know when our flight was taking off, but I trust you.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's been a good time. And get this, the morning after we get into Florence, like we get into Florence really late. It's Mercury retrograde. Our travel plans are just fucked. We got transferred to a different airport.
So bad.
Yeah. So we got in really late. First thing we do, we get up and we're like, let's go get some coffee and breakfast. Within 5 seconds, what happens?
I ran into someone I met one time, but I just hear, "Yo, Miles!" And we're just on a street in Florence, Italy, have never been there before in our lives.
Yeah.
Yo, Miles! And I turn around and I'm like, guy on a Vespa, he has a helmet on, have no idea who this person is. And then he takes it all off and he goes, "I met you at this art show in LA 2 years ago, and you know, you're like a solo single dad. You make all this cool content. Like, man, it's just so nice to see you again." And I was like, "Thank you. What's up?" I was like, "This is Joey."
Yeah, and at this point, I'm like 20 steps ahead of him because I just walk like a New Yorker. And then I turn my camera on, not Miles running into someone he knows within 5 minutes of us getting to Florence.
Exactly. But then it was nice because said person who became our new friend is a tour guide. So he knew a bunch of spots and what to do and what not to do. But Florence is also this big. So
Yeah, shout out to Marcial.
yeah, for life. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a good time. Between all of the spots that I had saved, having a built-in friend in the city, we kind of did Florence up like locals. Like by the third day, we're like, we know everything and everyone already.
Yeah, barely needed our Google Maps anymore. It's like that way is over the bridge, this way is back to where we're staying, easy peasy.
I feel like Miles and I do have a little bit of this phenomenon, even when we're in LA, of we can meet up for dinner somewhere. Like, you know, the other night we had gone to Dune. You knew 3 people that you just ran into, and I also knew several people that just ran into. The person that I was with was like, oh, of course this is Joey. Like, she knows everyone. And people say the same thing about you.
Yeah. They do. But it's funny because I do have times where I feel super lonely and that I don't really have that many friends. And then I go to Florence, Italy, and I run into someone. I actually ran into 2 people in Florence. Remember the plane as well?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Getting on a plane from Florence to London and also run into somebody I know.
Like right next to us in the line.
Correct.
And then when I was here at the hotel, the elevators open and I was like, Sam? And this is a person that lives in Montreal, or at least lived in Montreal, that I hadn't seen in like 10 years. And it's just the synchronicities of people who come in and out of your lives at random moments is really funny.
I always wonder what it means because I like to get deep with everything. What does it mean? Why is this person coming back into my life? Who knows?
I ran into this girl that I used to work with at American Apparel. But because of American Apparel, I used to be in a different city like every few weeks. So I always kind of naturally feel like it doesn't matter where I am, I'll know somebody because of how much I used to travel.
Right, that makes sense. And for me, it's because I used to do fashion weeks. So I'd always come to Paris or London, and you always like make a friend who has a friend here. But for me, it was also a safety thing because I had one time I flew to a foreign country thinking my agency, as they're supposed to do, set up all of my living arrangements, whatever. So I'm going to get off the plane, get in my car, go to the apartment. And they had done nothing. So I flew 18 hours to basically be on the street. And thank God I knew people in that city because I had a place to stay that night. So because of that, I feel like I always also try to know at least one person wherever I'm going.
Yeah, and I think when you're just dropped in a city that you don't know, you have to like make friends quickly because people need people.
Absolutely. Also, back then, people didn't speak English as they do now. So you needed to make friends and quick because you weren't going to be able to like do anything.
Yeah,
Because
if you didn't have the
don't
language.
speak Italian or speak French, which at the time I did not. I was 19, you know? So it's helpful for sure.
I think when you work with someone and you're in the trenches with someone, whether it's somebody from Copenhagen and you're both modeling and you're in the apartment together, you become intense friends really quickly because you're like going through the trenches together.
You have to be. I remember one time I show up in Paris. I always stayed in this one apartment at the top of a building with my friend from England. Every fashion week, twice a year, we always got put together.
Yeah.
And we would request that. Because we were both kind of more veteran, let's say.
Yeah.
And all of these boys from Romania showed up and they didn't speak any English and they had nothing. It was 5 of them and him and I took them to McDonald's because they didn't eat. That was the moment where I just felt this industry is so silly. You're just having like teenagers go to a foreign country where they don't speak the language, don't have any money, don't know how to feed themselves, don't know how to use a map, their phones don't work, and you're just like, well, figure it out. Here's a great opportunity. It just feels so wrong.
I know, but you and your friend, you're going to be remembered for the rest of their lives. Like if their careers take off or they don't and they go to a different life when they get back home to Romania, it's like, thank God we had those 2 like older brothers looking out for us.
Maybe, yeah. I just felt so bad for them. I couldn't imagine. Because I was always so resilient, but I'm me. Like, not everyone is that way. Yeah. I remember the first time I got to Milan, I found my way to my hotel somehow, and I like had everything already mapped out for like food, cigarettes, X, Y, Z, because it's a fear thing. I don't feel safe if I don't know what I'm doing. But you forget a lot of people just walk through life.
It was also true of everyone who traveled with American Apparel. Like you could be from Leeds, you could be from Brazil, you could be from Melbourne, and all of a sudden all of us are in Montreal in the dead of fucking winter.
Right.
And you're like, oh my God, like poor girl from Mexico, let's get you a beanie and gloves and like make sure you have a jacket and like you understand what you're ordering and like people help each other out in different languages.
Yeah.
And we knew we would be like together for an intense few weeks or a month or whatever. And maybe I wouldn't see you again in 2 or 3 years. But if I run into you in some random city, it's like,
besties.
oh my God.
Yeah. I have that even now. I'll see people from those days. It's been 12 years, and I still am like obsessed with them because it's what you said. You like went through the shit together.
Yeah. I name drop Leeds, but like I'm still getting memes
Yeah.
from my homie from Leeds who now lives in Adelaide or some shit. It's like if you count the number of days that you spent together, it wasn't a lot, but when you're traveling together in a foreign place and you're all from somewhere else and you're navigating this stuff together, it builds a bond. I feel like this trip we got so much closer too. Like I already thought we were really close and then it's like another level now.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with you. I also loved on this trip blending a bunch of worlds that would not have met. The other night going to Northern Seoul with very different types of people, but they all became friends.
Yeah, because we're all having a pint.
Yeah, but
like we're dancing to Northern Soul in a legendary place.
Yeah, like something about you and I though, I think we do that to people. We love melting pots.
Yeah, we're the glue.
We can be. I don't know if that's a product of where we were raised or what, but I just love introducing people who would like never meet.
I think for me, being an undiagnosed autistic kid, I never felt like I fit in with certain groups. I know like it's such a trope. It's like, well, I wasn't a jock, I wasn't a nerd, I was friends with everybody. I was like, I wasn't friends with everybody, but like I clearly did not fit into any box.
Right.
And so when you're so used to being an odd one out, it doesn't feel weird to piece other odd people together.
I guess I'm learning that too. I always thought I was friends with everyone for survival reasons because my school is quite hectic, but now I'm realizing it's that. Also, my school didn't have that. We didn't have jocks and cool kids. Everyone was basically just an adult.
Yeah. I went to an international school, so there were definitely the people who were like so international. My dad's the consulate general of Nigeria for 1 year and then I'm leaving.
Right.
The hardcore like lads from England only want to talk about Arsenal or whatever.
Yeah.
So they weren't jocks per se, but they were like really into the same thing. They were like the really stereotypical like studious Asians, and then there were like rebellious Asians.
Yeah.
In our common room, because there were literally like couches in squares where there would be like a C shape of couches, each group sat in their area of the couches. Well, I don't fucking belong anywhere. I'm gonna be in the music room.
My school is really racially divided, actually.
Oh, LA is very racially segregated.
It
There's
was interesting.
the city is very diverse, but I think geographically and racially very segregated.
Yeah, everybody had their section of school, if you will, and I just floated through everyone's shit.
Yeah, because you were like one of 4 white kids.
I also just was super out of my mind, so I was kind of like being a jester helped me feel safe, but then also now later in life, adult life, it's also why I know everybody, because I'm funny at first and I'm also very open and vulnerable, so I think people just feel very like, I know Miles, which also gets me in trouble sometimes.
Yeah, but it's also useful because I think we both have this again. We either are somewhere and we already know people, or if we are somewhere, a room, a new restaurant, and we don't know someone, like we make a best friend immediately.
Like tonight, we were literally going to dinner at one of the hardest restaurants to get into in this area because we just made friends with the owner because we went there randomly. And he was like, please come back.
A friend of mine had recommended that we go to One Club Row, shout out One Club Row. You know, at the top of that infatuation list of like the hot spots to go to now. And I was like, I don't know if we'll get a table, but let's go. And we're there like 5 minutes before it opens. The owner, Benji, just opens the doors like, are you joining us for lunch? And I was like, yeah, you know?
I think so.
Yeah. And within like 2 minutes of all 3 of us talking, this guy is so fucking cool.
Also, immediate New York connection, like, it's so easy.
Yeah. That's why I also recommend people spend some of their 20s in New York, because like always have that through thread with everyone else in the world who has had a New York stint.
I think everyone should live in New York at least once, at least for 1 year. I think it's almost mandatory to be a fully formed human being. Because New York's the hardest place to live.
Yeah, it's expensive.
It sucks.
It's sensory overload.
It's dirty.
A rat race.
No one is coming to save you in New York.
No.
If you think your landlord's going to fix your sink, it's not happening. You're going to learn how to do that yourself.
Because everyone goes through so much hardship, once again, those friends are die hard for you. I go to New York, my friends are biking 40 minutes to see me wherever I am. They are ride or fucking die, literally.
Also, in New York, you will meet your best friend on the subway who will literally be your best friend for the rest of your life. That's the only thing I miss about New York is walking and having actual great friendships. No one in New York is a fake friend like that.
No,
They don't have
the time.
They'll
Ain't
tell
nobody
you.
got time for that, for
Yeah,
fake
they'll
friends.
just tell you, like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Fuck off. And that's it.
Yeah, New York doesn't do fake.
Nope, you can't. It's too hard. It's so fucking hard to live in New York.
I feel like everywhere we go, we're a little bit of a chameleon that way, or we're just so comfortable being vulnerable or open with anybody that they feel that immediate intimacy with us and know that we're cool.
I'd hope so.
What else have you found it helpful when you've landed in all these different cities and like you don't have a support person? You know, yes, we're best friends, we're traveling together, we can always hang with each other, but I feel like a lot of people would be like, we're just gonna do us. as opposed to like both of us are going to show up to this place, we're going to meet a stranger, and if they have a good vibes, we're really going to try to be your friend for the next hour or two.
You and I have also spent a lot of time away from each other on this trip. Like, I'll go do my thing, you'll go do your thing.
Yeah, because we're not
But that's
codependent
cool.
like
No,
that.
I love that.
I was thinking about this. What is the superpower that enables you and I to make friends with anybody immediately?
I don't know. I will say that I am genuinely, deeply interested in people's story. If I hear an accent, where are you from? What's that like? What's going on over there? What's it like over there? How is this? How is the war? How is surviving? Like, I'm so inquisitive of people's culture. And we did talk about this. I'm very fearful of culture leaving this earth. I'm really worried about a monoculture. And I realized that on this trip. So I think my inquisitiveness is what really gets people, because I also don't think people right now are very used to anyone giving a fuck about them.
Genuine curiosity.
Deep, deep, genuine curiosity, though.
Everyone has an incredible story, especially when you meet someone, you can tell that they have accomplished something or they've overcome something. Like in this instance, obviously you created a hot ticket restaurant. Like that's a big accomplishment. So if you're,
what I mean. I remember we asked him,
what's your story?
How did you do that? Like, what's it like here versus doing this in New York? And he told us, he's like, investors here are very different. They don't have the same type of money. Because immediately you and I both too were going, man, we should open a restaurant one day. Like, this is such a bad business, but like we need like a social hub. And
I didn't say I wanted to have a restaurant. I think it would be nice to have a spot where all the homies could hang, but I have no interest in running a restaurant.
neither would I.
I love having friends who own restaurants though. That's great.
I would like, if I could have a homie who gave us an annual bill and we just posted up there at all times, but 75% off vibes, but it's just like we bring the vibes. I would love that.
Like a promoter. This is your New Yorker coming through. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm DJing tonight.
I think that would be so fun though. It's cool if you're older.
I don't know about that.
It's cool.
You thought it was the DJ? No.
No, I don't know. It's just, I like social hubs, but going back to what you were saying, deep curiosity for everybody. I want to know where your accent's from, where's your mom from, what was that country like?
Yeah, like when we ask like, how was your day? We actually want to hear. It's not like, how was your day? Okay, great, interesting, crazy, and like walk away. So that's the other portion. Genuine curiosity and actually being a good listener and showing care. The way that you would stand with the guy who helped us with our keys in the lobby and just listen to his story, you just stood and really listened. It wasn't a passive, oh, I'm just being polite for small talk. Because I've said before, I can't do small talk. So if I'm asking you questions and I'm listening, it's not small talk for me. It's like, let's get deep right away.
Well, I also felt deeply connected to that man because he's from Transylvania. My people, I've never gotten to go there. It's interesting to me. Remember we like shook each other's hands and you're like, does he actually look Romanian? And he was like, but I care about these stories. Again, I knew this trip would be a little bit of the sauce that I needed. I've been feeling a little worn out. I've been feeling a little bit Groundhog's Day-y, and I was like, I need to get re-inspired. And that's what I love about doing these things is you meet someone from Transylvania, you meet someone from Africa, you meet random guy who lived in New York the same time frame we did, but now owns a restaurant in Shoreditch, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it reinvigorates that part of you where you realize, wow, the world is not fucking LA. It's not this big. Just because homegirl you met once is gossiping about you, there's all these people around the world who have no fucking idea what you're talking about, and they don't care. And I love that. And that's why I don't want culture to die.
Yeah. We have genuine curiosity with everyone, but like we struck up a conversation with the server at the bar we went to every single night in Florence and like got to know his name. He gave us the plug for a late night kebab. And
also we learned their slang because, as we all know, I'm a slang person. Yeah. We learned that in Florence they call each other fra, which means bro. And now we can't stop saying fra. But I want to know these things because then if someone from Florence comes to LA and happens to meet us, now you share this thing where they feel comfortable. And I also want to give comfort to people, right? Yeah. Especially with what's going on in the world. I don't know, this has really bothered me like, since we've been here.
No, but if those bartenders from Rasputin came to LA, oh, we're showing you all the spots.
Oh, for sure. They'll also probably now have this knowledge when they hit LA to be like, oh, is this Hollywood? Because of my dumbass. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I think that's biggest for me is I really am scared of culture dying. I'm really scared of people feeling even more outsider than they already do. All of this talk about immigration and stuff in all of the countries, it just makes me fucking feel ill. I don't appreciate it.
But I do think that history is made of stories, connections and relationships is made of stories. So asking people about their story, really listening and reflecting and being open to that is really important. But I also think that brings us to maybe the third ingredient that I feel like I realized is you and I are very openly vulnerable, obviously on the internet. We're very openly vulnerable with each other. And we probably, because of our neurodivergence and we don't have all this like bullshit of facade, we like drop the veil or there's no veil even with a stranger immediately. Like within 3 seconds of meeting your friends, I'm already talking about hemorrhaging after sex. And with this new friend, we were already like, oh, get a load of this fucking guy. You know, you just treat them like you're already best friends and they immediately feel that connection to you. So just assume you are going to have a good rapport and have good intentions. And it's almost like faking it till you make it, but we're not faking it.
I also feel as if, and maybe this is some weird woo-woo bullshit, but I also feel as if I can actually feel people's intentions, because there are people I've met abroad where I'm like, no, you are a fucking bad person.
Yeah.
But there's people,
Or even at home of like,
oh my God, all the time at home. But, you know, I can feel them. And even that one night, that group of people is so vastly different. That's what I meant. Is like you have people who are on a copious amount of cocaine. You have people wearing $5,000 jackets. I could go through this list of people that we brought together, but they all became instant friends because we don't see that.
We don't see the differences in terms of socioeconomic class, language, whatever. We're all friends because all of you are friends with at least one of us.
But also, I intuitively feel safe to be around you and have these people that you don't know around you and vice versa and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like a feeling thing for me at least.
I also think it's a good barometer between us when we've met each other's friends. Oh, if Miles trusts you, I will always trust you because he has a good bullshit meter.
That's how I feel. Exactly. And there's people I've met abroad where I'm like, I will say this to them. I know you're trying to rip me off and you think I'm not smart enough to realize you're a scammer, but you met the king scammer. So now you can fuck off. And every time it's been correct. Every time.
Yeah. It's when you've had struggles and difficulties in your life, you learn to be super resilient. And part of having immediate charm is having been through a lot. I can suss out a situation quickly and like know how to play it through self-protection.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I do get this a lot where a friend of a friend will meet me or I get like introduced to a partner's friends or whatever and they immediately click with me and like, oh, she's so social, she's so charming, magnetic or whatever it is. And I just wanted to point out that you can learn this stuff because none of this is natural to me. It feels natural because it's so practiced. I'm autistic. I do not have an intuitive sense of social dynamics, but I'm an excellent learner, pattern recognition, scripter in my head. And so this kind of effortless charm of being able to meet a person and immediately build that really strong connection comes from here are all of the things in my toolkit of how to hold my face, how to say certain things, what line would disarm a person. Like all of these things I've had to learn, but because I've had so much practice doing it, it now becomes second nature.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what my excuse is. Yours makes perfect sense and articulated quite well. I think I'm always just so hyper vigilant of every single situation. And it's just made my survivor instinct turn into humor because the best way to disarm anyone is to make them laugh.
Yeah.
And I learned that at a really young age. Being the goofy guy saves you. I know how to turn on being intimidating too. Like, you've seen it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know how to fucking be that guy
Yeah,
too.
we can be in a restaurant line and be like, you want this? And people are like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if mine's rehearsed. I think it's more, like you said, learned behaviors.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a script. I'm just like, oh, if I goofball this situation, I can get out of how fucking uncomfortable I feel.
I think it is you have a great gut instinct, but preparing to have that gut instinct takes years of hypervigilance.
Yeah, because when people try to put me on, like, people have asked me, they're like, you should try stand-up. I'm not funny. Because it's forced.
Yeah.
It has to be, it's a vigilance thing, exactly. Like, it's a mood thing.
I feel like your type of humor that people love is this goofiness, not giving a fuck, speaking Mexican Spanish in Italy and just rolling with it. But mine comes from dry humor. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I just am a fucking potty mouth. I am going to talk about sex and body parts and poop or whatever, like, immediately, because, like, I just don't know how to function otherwise. And people also, it's like, you should try stand up. Or last night, we were in the green room after the Fortet show, and Kieran, sound engineer, was like, oh, the last time I saw you, you said something so funny, but I can't remember what it is. Like, I don't fucking remember. I probably wasn't even trying to be funny. I was just being autistic as hell and said something inappropriate.
I like that you and I do the work for everybody. Because you do that, and then I'm just a total dumbass, and I think it takes people's security down. Like, they're like, oh, I don't have to be so fucking serious. Like, Miles and Joey are just idiots. Like, the other night we were on the tube just singing Boys to Men to each other in public. I didn't realize that we were even in public like that, really. Like, I just was singing. We always do that.
Yeah.
But
We're always singing everywhere we go.
But I realized it softens everyone. So I'm happy to be the court jester for the betterment of mankind.
We're doing this for you. We're being idiots for all of you.
Right. Not enough people anymore are just cool being an idiot. You're one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. I'm pretty intelligent, but I love being dumb.
Yeah.
It makes me feel happy.
It's the contrast. Like, if I'm extremely powerful at work, I want someone else to have the power in the bedroom. And, like, because we're so serious about our work, when we're with friends, we're like the dumbest.
Yeah. I mean, and that's also, I think, a testament of true love. Like, that's actually loving somebody, is how dumb you can be with them.
Yeah. Can you be your inner child or your true self and just goof off because there's such a feeling of safety with each other?
Absolutely.
Go us. So I guess our advice is,
Yes.
if you want to make friends with anyone, anywhere, immediately, the first thing you got to be is
Curious.
and vulnerable.
Fucking funny.
Just be your dumb self. Just be your dumb self.
Yeah.
I do think that there's a difference between being able to make friends quickly and being able to keep friends.
Yeah.
Like, as an autistic person, I struggle so hard to maintain relationships. Like, I'm not an easy person to be friends with or in a relationship with, full stop. What have you experienced?
I mean, I've lost a lot of friends. I think I had this anger problem, which I'm now learning so much about as I figure out my own brain. But I was very quick to cut somebody off most of my life. So I think there's a ratio of people that I've known at different parts of my life. There's like blocks of people. But I'm now realizing it's my own like severe dysregulation. Also, I think I was attracted to like really shitty people for a long time, to be fair. But I think there is something to say for what you just said, is we're also really intense people.
We are.
Like, you and I will get into a conversation out of nowhere where we both start crying.
Yeah, like, as much as you see us goofing off and laughing on the internet, our friendship works really well because we also both have a lot of trauma and dark history, and we're so safe with each other that, yeah, we're always laughing and always crying because we're not afraid to go there with each other. And I don't know that a lot of fair weather friends of ours are there for the good times and the bad. Like, I don't think it's easy to be around people like us that live in extremes.
And this is my armchair opinion, but I think we are also moving out of the aspirational era into the authentic era. And it's very scary to be authentic, especially on the internet, especially with people you don't know very well. Authenticity is your shields coming down. I don't have any shields left, so for me it's quite easy, but I also realize that's quite hard for many people.
I don't know how to be but authentic.
Same, but I think that also puts a lot of people off when you actually get to know us.
I didn't know how to be inauthentic at 9, and I didn't know how to be inauthentic at 39. It's like, what you see is what you get, the good, bad, and ugly.
And also a lot of the dark shit that you and I talk about, whether we're crying or laughing about it, is off-putting for people because you and I openly talk about suicidal ideation, and it's like, but for us that was also a very real thing. I'm like, I'm glad it didn't happen. I understand the severity of that. I think we learn to laugh at our pain as well out of necessity. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here right now. I would not. My life was like too sad all the time. I'm the king of the sad boys. So I have to laugh. But I also understand being my friend is that's really fucking confusing because I'm really intense. I will make you laugh and then I will make you cry and then I will like throw something at a wall. It's hard being my friend. It's hard being in a relationship with me too.
It's been so tough. But that ties into the funniest people are the people who can laugh at life because we've been through so much.
Yeah.
66% of autistic people have contemplated suicide before. That is a dark statistic. I've contemplated suicide since I was a teenager. It's just something that's always going to be part of my life. That kind of depression, that kind of ideation. I've been in therapy for decades. I don't think I'm in a space where I would ever do it, but it's something both you and I struggle with.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it same. But I think also for me, there were times in my life where things just felt so out of reach that it just felt actually like a healthy option. And I'm so glad to not be in that place anymore. But it's also, I have to laugh because it's just like, oh my God, life could have been so different / not here,
Yeah, and I've lost so many people, whether it's through illness or they died by suicide, that life's too fucking short, man. Yeah. And I think that's why when you feel an instant connection to someone or a bond to someone, like, why not explore that? Why not be best friends for 1 hour?
That's what I mean. You nailed this part. I think when you've seen a lot of your people pass, when you yourself understand that dark side, hopefully, at least we've been lucky enough to come out the other side. And I just want to dive into everything head first. That's why I'm obsessed with knowing, like, what part of Transylvania are you from? What does this spicy food look like versus this one? Like, I just want to know everything. And like you said, if we're best friends or you're the love of my life for 30 minutes, it's worth it to me.
Yeah. Not only is it about diving head first, but in the deep end. That's why we're such intense people, because maybe this day is all I've got. So I'm not gonna stress out of like, oh, but I don't want my girlfriend to spend too much time with my best friends, or like, oh, those are my drinking buddies and you're my work buddies, so let's not intermingle and get weird about it. What if this is all we got? I love all of you, let's just fucking get together.
Yeah, that's why I want a social. Because I want to be like, if you want to hang out with me, I'm here every day.
So if you have a great spot on the east side and would like us to post up there all the time and invite all of our weird and wonderful and new best friends,
Yes.
please let us know.
If you need your spot to crack off, let me crack it off, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you need to get cracked.
We'll crack you. Well, in a term of a social hub.
Yeah, we will socially crack you.
We will socially hub your crack.
If you would like to be our new friend, please send us a voice note to heybestie@spilfpodcast.com.
And get on in, because the water's great.
Okay, now we have an appointment at the pub our new friend owns, so.
Which we're going to make our social hub. Social hub. Crack.
Bye!
Dim Lord.